So today, I'm gonna talk about one of the medical important arthropod, which is mosquito. We will only be focusing on one of the species, Culex species. Culex is a small, dark mosquito that tends to feed on reptiles and amphibians. About 550 species of Culex have been described. Culex mosquito is a markedly domestic species. During the day, they are inactive and are found resting in dark corners of rooms. They will start hunting for the blood during the night as they are nocturnal. They also rest outdoors on vegetation and in holes in trees in forested areas after blood feeding. They rest with body more or less parallel to the surface. Moving on to the life cycle of this species. Adult female mosquitoes lay eggs on the surface of fresh stagnant water. Water sources can include barrels, ornamental ponds, puddles, and marshy areas. The eggs of Culex species stick together to form a raft of 100 to 300 eggs. As you can see in this video, this is female Culex pipiens laying its eggs on the water surface. The eggs are formed in a raft that remain afloat until it hatched 2 to 3 days later. After the eggs hatched, it becomes the larvae and live in the water. They are very active and are often called as wigglers. They feed on a variety of things found in the water. During larva stage, they shed their skin, which we called as molt, several times. Larvae of Culex species have a short and stout breathing tube with only one pair of hair tufts. Its larvae rest at an angle to the water surface. In pupa stage, just like the other mosquito's pupa, they have two major body parts which consist of cephalothorax and abdomen. A pair of trumpets containing breathing spiracles is present on the cephalothorax. After 2 to 3 days, the pupa then emerge and become the adult Culex mosquito. Adult female mosquito bite people and animals. They need blood to produce eggs. After blood feeding, female mosquito will look for water sources to lay their eggs. Several days will pass between feeding and looking for a place to lay the eggs. Culex mosquito can cause several types of diseases. One of it is Japanese encephalitis. It is a viral brain infection that is spread through mosquito bites. It is most common in rural areas in Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, and the Far East, but it is very rare among travelers. The virus is found in pigs and birds, and is passed to mosquitoes when they bite infected animals. It cannot be spread from person to person. Around 1 in every 250 people who become infected with this disease develop more severe symptoms, such as seizures, as the infection spread to brain. Bancrofttian filariasis. It is one of the most common etiology of acquired lymphoma. It is the second leading infectious cause of disability worldwide, after leprosy. The causative agent of the disease is roundworm, Wuchereria bancrofti. It multiples inside human lymphatic, releasing immature larvae known as microfilariae into the bloodstream. The other disease that caused by Culex is West Nile fever. West Nile fever is a mosquito-borne zoonotic. The virus is transmitted among birds via the bite of infected mosquitoes, and incidentally humans and other mammals may become infected. As Culex mosquito can cause several types of significant diseases, laboratory diagnosis is a must for the detection of those diseases as an early steps in preventing them from prolonging the effects in our body. The first lab diagnosis is through the microscopic examination from cerebrospinal fluid sample. By testing the cerebrospinal fluid sample, it helps to detect virus-specific IgM antibodies. For people suffered from Japanese encephalitis, the G virus IgM antibodies are usually detectable 3 to 8 days after onset of illness and persist for 30 to 90 days. While in West Nile fever, it helps in detecting the W and V specific IgM antibodies. The next lab diagnosis is the identification of microfilaria in blood smear. The microfilaria that cause filariasis circulate in the blood at night. This is because it depends upon the absolute size of the venous arterial difference in oxygen tension, or we call it as oxygen barrier, which is lower by night than it is by day. So the microfilaria pass through the lungs by night, but accumulate there by day. Lastly, let's take a look at the prevention and control of the Culex mosquito. You can use the mosquito net as it creates a barrier, preventing mosquitoes and other insects being able to reach your skin when you are sleeping or resting. And you can also use insect repellent. That's all I will talk about Culex mosquito. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time.